Hi TeachBeyonders, my name is Creuse Santos, I'm from Brazil, and I work as a mobilizer and field coordinator at TeachBeyond Uruguay. The purpose of this video is to introduce the topic of culture and its impact on the missionary context. After God's confusing language and forcing Noah's children to spread across the earth, the multicultural factors emerged. From this rupture and the creation of new language, new ways of speaking, eating, dressing, and being have emerged together. These differences are what we call culture. Culture can be defined as dynamic system of shared meanings such as language, communication system, rules, territory, ethnicity, moral, values, religion, social arrangements, practices, custom, fashion, food, arts, family models, ethics, relationship, and political organization shaping the human life. These systems are transmitted between members of a society over time and are influenced by historical, geographical, anthropological, sociological, psychological, and philosophical factors. Every culture has what is commonly referred to as the cultural iceberg. This meaning that cultures have both superficial and easily understand aspect as well as a deeper and more complex ones that are harder to see and comprehend. Superficial aspects include language, food, arts and crafts, fashion, literature, and folklore. However, there are more complex aspects to consider, such as communication styles and rules, including facial expression, gestures like my hands now, eyes contacts, personal space, body language, displaying emotions, and tone of voice. Additionally, there are concepts such as courtesy, friendship, leadership, cleanliness, modesty, and beauty, as well as approach to religion, marriage, raising children, decision making, problem solving, and humor. Attitudes towards elders, adolescents, expectations, work, authority, age, sin, death, animals, as well the concept of self, time, past and future, justice, and rules related to age, sex, class, and gender can generate many, pero many conflicts and difficulties when people from different cultures need to work together. It's important to note that it is not always a question of better or worse, right or wrong, good or bad, but simply different cultural values. When it comes to the coexisting with people of different cultural values, empathy and understanding are essential. Understanding and adopting this deeper cultural expression as an outsider allows one to be accepted within a certain social cultural cycle. To facilitate our understand of others and cultural difference, two important authors are fundamental. The first model was developed by Alfonsus Trompenaars, who created the model to illustrate the characteristics of national cultural differences. The second writer is Geert Hofstede. He developed the 6D model of national culture. To demonstrate how these models works and help us avoid cultural clashes and impositions, I will use three of Hofstede points highlighted. The first one, power distance. Power distance is the extent to which the less powerful members of organizations and institutions, like a family, accept and expect that power is distributed unequally. For instance, in certain societies, the pastor is held in high esteem and considered an important authority figure. The pastor's day is celebrated and gifts are given to honor them. They are treated with great respect and even fear to some extent. Additionally, their relation with God is believed to be more intense and profound than that of other believers, which is why their prayers are considered more powerful and their presence has a great impact on the community. This creates an expectation in the pastor for differentiated recognition and respect. For example, he may request be addressed as a pastor and referred to with respectful pronouns and such as sir. However, he may also be viewed as a possession of the church, which may lead to interference in his personal life, including his home, family, children, and private life. In contrast, some cultures view the pastor as an equal member of the community, possessing an unique gift but not above anyone else. They referred to the pastor by name without any special titles or celebrations, and expect selfless and faithful service as an example to others, just like any other member of the community. When pastors transition between cultures, they must understand the culture they are entering to avoid causing frustration, scandals, conflicts, or divisions. This does not mean that culture cannot be changed, but it is important to first deeply understand and respect the culture. Only then, with time and patience, can awareness by rise and cultural change be implemented if necessary. The second point is uncertainty avoidance versus uncertainty accepting societies. Uncertainty deals with society's tolerance for uncertainty, unknown, and ambiguity. Uncertainty avoidance has nothing to do with risk avoidance, nor with following rules. It has to do with anxiety and distrust in the face of unknown and controversially with which to have fixed habits and rituals and to know the truth. I come from a large metropolis with population 22 million. It's a cosmopolitan city with a multicultural population for all over the world. Change occurs rapidly and are part of daily life. Due to diverse population, differences are generally welcomed and accepted. People often accept the change without much fuss, even if they are not consciously aware of them. I often say that if someone were to dress up as a pink elephant and walk down the street, they would go without being seen. This is because there are so many people with different backgrounds and behaviors that we become immune to differences. And those who are considered unusual become just another people in the crowd. However, if you travel just 100 kilometers westwards to the countryside and small towns, differences are not always accepted. Many people are afraid to standing out in a crowd, so they dress in an ordinary way and follow strictly social rules and norms. Any behavior that is different from the norm is quickly perceived, judged, commented on, and rejected by the majority, with, which can lead to social exclusion and cancellation. In these cities, personal relationships are highly evaluated. The success of any function or business is heavily reliant on referrals rather than money, contracts, or tax receipt. The third point is long term oriented versus short term oriented society. In a long term oriented culture, the basic notion about the world is that it is in flux, and preparing for the future is always needed. In a short term oriented culture, the world is essentially as is what it was created, so that the past provides a moral compass in adhering to its morally good. As you can imagine, the dimension predicts life philosophies, religiosity, and educational achievement. For instance, in Brazil and throughout Latin America, arriving punctually at a birthday party is not well regarded and can be inconvenient. Life is busy, and the hosts may still be preparing the party, so your punctuality could disrupt their plans. Therefore, it is socially uh, accepted to arrive between 30 minutes and an hour after the time stated on the invitation. Furthermore, there is no specified end time for this event, and leaving early is considered impolite. In the same way, in terms of services, informal social relationship hold greater cultural meaning than the program itself. Therefore, it is more important to engage in conversation, greet others, and strengthen relationship, even it means dealing the starts of the program. The program. In this culture, the program only makes sense if the relation climate is good. Therefore, services often starts late because building and maintaining relationship is highly valued over punctuality. If we take all these factors in account, we will have relationship that instead of promoting the old mentality of superiority, cultural imposition, and colonialist criticism, which will generate serious conflicts, we will develop a new mentality of understanding, empathy, appreciation, equality, and respect. So there will be humble cooperation where we can absorb the best of each cultures, learning and building each other up in love. This is of course, transformational education. Bye, Teach Beyond.